Hello, welcome to the Sexually Transmitted Disease Surveillance Case Report Data Mapping Technical Presentation for FHIR Team X. I'm Michael. Also on the team we have Walter, Divya, and Chenzi. Data flow for our project. The whole point of this project is for an EHR to send a PHA an electronic case report. Well, we're going to be building an STD case report exchange that sits in between these, and our custom application is going to talk to the FHIR server, so neither the EHR or the PHA will interact directly with the FHIR server. When an EHR wants to send a case report, it's going to send it to STD-CRX as either a CCDA document or a FHIR bundle. When STD-CRX receives a CCDA document, it's going to have to convert it into a FHIR bundle before sending that off to a FHIR server. And of course, the FHIR server will store all the data from the case report in FHIR resources. So now the data from the case report is stored on the FHIR server within different FHIR resources. If a PHA, public health agency, requests this case report from STD-CRX, it can request it as either a CCDA document or a FHIR bundle. STD-CRX itself will then request the information from the FHIR server. The FHIR server will return a FHIR bundle. If needed, STD-CRX can convert the FHIR bundle to a CCDA document. And then STD-CRX sends either a FHIR bundle or CCDA document to the PHA, whichever was requested in the first place by the PHA. High-level architecture. For STD-CRX, it's going to be a Java-based server application. We're using the Heroku Cloud Application Platform to host it, and we're also using the Play framework to provide the foundation for our architecture. We're going to be using the FHIR library for interaction with the FHIR server. It provides a fluent syntax in Java for interacting with different FHIR resources and FHIR bundles and so forth. For our integrated development environment, we're going to be using Eclipse. For source control, we're going to be using Georgia Tech's GitHub, and we will host STD-CRX on Heroku until early December, at which point we will provide all source code to CDC to do with as they wish. The architecture for the PHA tool is quite simple. It's a single-page application with all logic written in JavaScript. We'll be using the jQuery JavaScript library for making REST-style calls to STD-CRX, and the PHA tool will be hosted on the internet by FHIR Team X until early December, at which point the source code will be transferred to the CDC to do with as they wish. So just to be explicit about the external system interaction for our custom application of STD-CRX, an AHR system is going to be sending a case report to STD-CRX, and a public health agency system is going to be requesting a case report from STD-CRX. The way we'll be integrating with these different systems are using different modules within our custom application. And we're calling those the receiver module, the import module, and the pull module. As for sample data, we do have a sample CCDA document and a sample Excel document that contains user data. So we'll be using what was provided in those to help guide the test input data that we'll be using.
Here is a flowchart illustrating our solution architecture. As explained in previous slides, a receiver module, import module, and a pull module would be implemented using the FHIR API, tested on the FHIR server, and displayed on Heroku. Here we see a Gantt chart that breaks down our project into parts to be complete within set time frames. Tasks are assigned to the team as a whole or to individual team members. As we continue performing research, we selected the UHN public FHIR server after looking into several hosting server options. We also looked into the suitability of Smart on FHIR platform for our solution and decided to go with a customer environment. We decided our solution needed to accept and deliver both CCDA documents and FHIR bundles. And we researched how we could use Forge Conformance Designer to create FHIR profiles and define extensions. And finally, we come to our credits. Thank you for listening to our presentation.